I'm over at a friend's house where we planted some fruit trees just a couple months ago. They're looking pretty good. You can see, cut the center out right here of this peach, and you know, it wants to make peaches, but you shouldn't let it do that. You want it to put all of its effort into growing a nice shape, not into trying to grow fruit for you. I know it's really tempting. I planted this thing, I should get fruit off it. But you'll do a lot better with it fruiting if you don't let it fruit right away. This one's getting a nice structure to it. You can see, look it was cut off right here. And this is all new growth just in the last couple of weeks. You don't have to worry about killing it. You're reshaping it. You're tending it. Look at all the new growth here on this. This is a pear. We didn't do anything to that. Just planted it. But there's a foot of new growth right there easily. The one I really want to show you is an update on this graft. This was a sad old Granny Smith. It wasn't doing much. Looks like a stick. Still not doing all that much. But like I told you, you got to move these things in the dormant season. That's the best time. And so I moved it, and then you saw me graft this branch onto it. So you can see this branch here, different variety. Look at the color difference. See that red compared to the white. So that's red. And then down here is the white of the original Granny Smith. And this thing is blooming. The rest of the tree doesn't even look all that hot. It's hardly woken up yet, but there's a different dormancy cycle obviously going on this guy. Beautiful, isn't it? So that is our pollinator branch. Now we've made this a better self-pollinator. It's actually two distinct genetic individuals, probably on top of a third distinct genetic individual below the graft at the bottom from the nursery. So we've got actually 3 apple individuals living in one tree. Mad science stuff, huh? This is the plum tree that we did some work on here. You saw me clean up the center of it and open it up. You can see it's leafed out really nicely. It's beautiful. And here is a finished graft right there. You can see this. This is peach on top of plum. And we could take this off right now if we wanted to, but we'll give it a little while longer, just to be paranoid. But you can see how these, look at the shape of the peach leaves compared to the shape of the plum leaves. There's a different shape. There's got that lanceolate, I think is the proper term. And so there's one right there that looks really good. And you can see I actually used long pieces of scion wood. My friend Steven from Skill Cult likes to use longer pieces of scion wood, so I started experimenting with it. It sure works really nicely, especially when you do the whip and tongue graft, and it holds on there nicely. You see the difference here between the plum wood. There's the plum wood, and there's the peach wood. There's a different color, and I broke off some of the buds that were right here because I want all the energy to go now into making peaches. So this little corner here of that branch will end up bearing peaches, just like this one will, right on a plum tree. Plum, you can graft on peaches, nectarines, no problem. They work really well as a rootstock for multiple stone fruits. Here's the apple tree that we worked on. It looks like it may actually make a few apples, but it's got a lot more sunshine, it's wide open, and of course we've got that amazing auxin buildup from letting these branches go sideways. Well, I say letting, I mean forcing. And you can see here's a graft, which took just fine. So that's a good thing. We grafted a couple of branches on here to make it a multi-variety apple tree. It's a Granny Smith, but it's got other pieces on it. You can see this plum here opened up really nicely. It obviously came through. It enjoyed the pruning, and now it's got just gorgeous leaves all over it. It bloomed like crazy, but it doesn't look like it has any fruit on it. So these oak trees here are going to come out, and then it'll get some more sunshine, and we may get more luck next time. It's actually hard to find my grafts because I used this green tape to tie them off, this flagging tape, so they just sort of disappear. If you're a little bit further back, it just looks like there's some leaves there. But this one took really nicely. This is a different variety of plum, another variety of plum, all in the same one. So now it's a multi-plum variety. We stuck some peaches on here too. They have not woken up yet, but I see that the cyanwood is still green, hasn't dried out, so we'll see. It may still wake up. I don't know, but that's part of the fun. It should go, but the dormancy cycle is on a little bit different timing, I guess. There's so much you can do if you're not afraid to get outside and get grafting, do some pruning, and experiment. You know, totally check it out. Do this sort of thing, and of course check out my book Free Plants for Everyone, where I talk about a whole bunch of different plant propagation methods. Thanks for joining me for this quick little look at some mad science stuff. Catch you next time, and until then, may your thumbs always be green.
I buried my rabbit beneath the cherry tree one fine afternoon. Someday I know that we'll meet again on a fruit salad spoon.